That pass that we just worked, we ended up in this Kazakatami kind of headlock position. We're here, we're sitting up towards his head. I'm under his head and his near arm as opposed to under his head and his forearm. Alright, this is kind of like a judo side control kind of deal. And we have a couple options from here. You know, obviously we start attacking this arm. I mean, these aren't very good options, but they're options that you can mess around with. But a solid option that I like from here is the arm triangle. Alright, so the first thing I need to do is I need to make sure that I got this initial slump over here. I don't want to be here with a space and you start, you know, putting hands in there and all that good stuff. Make sure it's right up, my biceps right up against his neck, here. Alright, now if he's pinching his elbow in, alright, all I'm going to do is I'm going to make it weak by bringing my hips up. And once his elbow is over his head, it's usually going to be nice and light for me to push across, here. Alright, so I get the elbow weak, push it across. And now I'm going to do a couple things at once. I'm going to keep pushing that across as I square up and put my head in the mat. I'm putting my head in the mat and trap his arm right there. So I'm here, I'm going to be blocking his elbow with my hips. Elbow with my hips and my arm, elbow with just my arm and head, just my head. Now if you'll notice, there was no spot during that whole time where there was nothing blocking his arm. I wasn't ever like, here, let my arm go, and then try and flick my head to the mat, here. Alright, there's always something blocking it. Hips, arm and hips, arm and head, just my arm, alright? There was never a time where there was a window of opportunity for him to escape, alright? So I'm here. Get that head to the mat, and I got this palm facing this. So whatever arm is under his neck is going to be palm up. It sounds like a small detail, but it's actually going to be a big difference between making this a choke and a crank. Because, well, I'm not going to get into it, but there's squishy parts on the underside of the arm and hard parts on the top side. So you want that choking arm, palm of the ceiling. Here, boom. I'm here. As I square up, I'm going to plant my hips on knee right in his hip, here. I'm going to leave my other leg out, 45-degree angle. Alright, now I'm here, I'm driving, and I got this across. I'm going to make an S grip with my hands. Alright, so palm facing the ceiling. Just going to grab my hands right here, keep my head into that. And now this is where I do this move slightly differently than people. A lot of times they'll get like a bicep here and they'll try and squeeze it, or they're focusing a lot on squeezing the head. Alright, for this move, I'm not going to focus so much on squeezing the head as I'm going to be forcing my shoulder down. Alright, so I'm here, getting a nice trap. Start trying to squeeze it, try and get his head to pop. What I'm going to do is I'm going to extend this leg out, see I'm moving away from my body, and that's helped me drive that shoulder down. What? Alright?
No, it was much deeper when you turn your shoulder into it rather than the bicep.
Exactly, I don't even have to say it.
Do you have to use an S grip, or can you use like a gaming grip?
The S grip helps you keep that palm to the ceiling. Because if I get the S grip here, yeah. I like it, because what I'll do to finish it is if I can't finish it just by sinking my weight back and driving that shoulder down, I'll pull this across here and smush my head and the head at the same time.
How's it going, guys? Coach Dan here, Black Diamond Mixed Martial Arts. You just got to see a little bit of free video footage from our real mixed martial arts classes and learn some techniques. If you guys want to check out more and you want to see some real deal stuff, go check out myufcmoves.com. Should be on the bottom of the screen right now. myufcmoves.com. You'll get to see some real technique footage from Joe Lozon himself, who's a professional UFC fighter at 155, one of the top guys in the world. He taught a seminar here for our grand opening, and we'll give you that footage. Piece by piece, through email, you'll get to learn some of his best submissions and best attacks that he's used to win MMA fights at the highest level. If you want to check that stuff out, myufcmoves.com. Plus, you'll also get a free ebook on combat sports nutrition, and you'll get some free technique videos from myself and pro fighter Coach Tim O'Connell from our real MMA classes too. So you'll get all the Joe Lozon stuff, the combat sports ebook that we give to all of our athletes to help them with their nutrition aspects, and you'll get to see some more in-class footage and real techniques from myself and Coach Timothy O'Connell. Go to check that out right now, myufcmoves.com.